Hey guys, welcome to my look at a game called Curio Quest. Curio Quest is it's the most recent game by Fifth Planet Games, who they're well known for doing Dawn of the Dragons, Legacy of the Thousand Suns. Um, they also have a bit of a reputation for being sort of pay to winish if you've played these games. You kind of see it. So let's have a look at Curio Quest. Curio Quest is sort of it's like a Pokemon clone sort of MMO. I say MMO, but there's like the only interaction you get with other players is there's no live combat, but you can you basically fight against AI controlling their whatever they have in their defending team over here, and you also have some clubs and stuff I'll go into in a bit. So let's go to the story over here. If it stops loading or finishes loading, I've been having some connection issues with the game. I think sometimes the servers seem to be a bit jumpy like that. Anyway, so you do have you've got like the story mode, which essentially just takes you through a quest to find your parents who were arrested for being interdimensional thieves. I think it's not an especially good plot. I don't feel like they put much effort into it, but in terms of artwork and stuff, it's not bad. You've got different backgrounds and stuff. The curios are designed, the design isn't that bad. I'd give that a pass. That was quite cool, but there are a few which were a bit sort of derpy, like Wormseed, if the picture loads. Yeah, it's kind of a bit lame. But they've all got animations and stuff, and in terms of actual like strategy, they have a bunch of different skills. Some have more than others. Usually there's only one set of skills that you're going to want to be using, and you have to sort of figure that out. But yeah, there is a decent amount of strategy involved in the combat. There's nothing to complain about there. If I come over here, I want to bring up one issue of the game though. So as I said before, Fifth Planet games are quite well known for being pay to winish, and that can be seen in this game as well. They've kind of set up paywalls, and I sort of call them paywalls. I don't know if everyone will agree with me on that, but basically they made curios incredibly difficult to capture. Like I've been playing 4 months now, and I got my first 4-star curio, which is legendary, the best you can get. I got that in like the second week of playing, and in like the next 3.5 months, maybe longer even. It's probably closer to 5 months I've been playing now. Yeah, in the next 3.5 months, I haven't really had a single 4-star, and that's kind of an issue. Even 3 stars, this curio, right? Gotta find it. Here it is. This curio right here. It's a decent 3-star curio. It's considered one of the best ones. But I was farming this for about 4 months, 3-4 months, and I only just recently got it. And that was by farming this node here 1,184 times, and other nodes which can also drop this curio about another 300 times, maybe more. Like imagine doing this and yeah, just beating this node like this 1,400 or 1,500 times, and you can only beat this like 7 times before your stamina, your energy runs out, and that's it's kind of a big deal. It shows a paywall really. If they make it that difficult to get 3 stars, like you literally can't capture 4 stars in the wild. Like you'd have thought that if you were to spend 4 months or 5 months farming something, you'd expect to at least that's something that you're farming to be one of the highest tier, and that's just not the case. Like I'm not even using that Curio that I spent 4 months farming because I got this one, which I think is better. So it's just a weird design choice, but again, this is beta. I don't know if there's any plans to make the game less pay to win-ish, or at least less tedious for free players. I've suggested things like adding a trade-up system, like in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, where you have different skins, different rarity skins. You essentially you can trade up lower rarity skins to get a chance at a higher rarity skin. And I wouldn't mind like trading off like 3, like more like 10 of my 3-star curios. They're ranked on stars, but they also have a different rarity for each star. So there's 1 star is common, 2-star rare, 3-star epic, 4-star legendary. I wouldn't mind trading in like 10 of these for a single 4-star, because really all that matters for the most part is your 3 best curios. But I've spent 4 stars and all I've gotten out of 4 months, and all I've gotten out of that is 3 stars. So it just you'd expect to make some sort of progress. So yeah, essentially you like the story, you'll basically just forget the story exists, because it takes you a couple weeks to finish it, and then if you're planning on sticking with the game, you're just going to be stuck on the last zone farming a 3-star, and that's kind of just second nature to me now. I don't really pay attention when I'm doing it, just because it takes so long. But other endgame things. I say the end game. This is pretty much I'm at the end game. I don't know if I can consider it end game, because I can't really I can't progress without getting a 4-star. But it will take me months and months and months of farming to get another 4-star, and even then it could take a whole year just to get a single one. Just because the way they've set it out makes 4 stars sort of a gamble. Even if you're spending money, it's kind of a gamble to get a 4-star. And I'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, other endgame things include PvP, which, as I said before, is you against AI controlling enemy teams. Let me just beat this. I'll show you a bit of combat. Let's see. Let's take this guy out of this one. So the AI is kind of dumb. Like, in general, it's not too difficult to beat them. It does seem a bit better than it used to be. I don't know if it's actually been improved or if that's just luck, though. So yeah, there's kind of a massive. Like, I got stuck with one of the lesser good 4-stars. It's kind of a massive gap between that and the other 4-stars. So yeah, you've got different tier ones, which it's kind of a poor design choice again, because they shouldn't really all 4-stars should be usable. They should just have different strategies involved. But that's, again, it's balancing. They change that every now and then. I mean, you saw that one just completely obliterated me, but that's only because or it's mostly because the electric Qs they buff in this PvP event. So yeah, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna basically want to climb the ranks and hit a higher thing for reward. But you also, this is another bad aspect of the game. Like the rewards, as you can see right at the top, is a 4-star. I mean, this time it isn't an especially good 4-star, but it's a 4-star nonetheless. And these are, like I said before, it can take you months and months of grinding and farming and just coming back to a game and spending everything you've got. And you have to get very involved with the game to earn the premium currency, which is used to buy, or to give yourself a shot at buying a 4-star. And then at the top of PvP they place the 4-star as a reward. So they also make it possible to buy PvP tickets, which essentially means you can buy 4-stars. Yeah, and if we come to the leaderboard, you can see someone's at like 26,500. You cannot achieve that score without buying PvP tickets at this point in PvP. It just becomes kind of ridiculous. Like, if you can't compete in PvP as a free-to-play player because people can just buy their way above you, and that's basically the definition of pay to win. You spend money to win. And the same sort of thing can be seen in Club Wars. Like, last time my club did, not too bad. We were 17th, and there's a decent amount of players in this game. I mean, there's a lot less now than there used to be, because the game seems to be sort of dying out a bit. It'll probably shoot back up when they release more content, though. So you can see we did respectively 171,605. These clubs did better than us. These around top 10, you're expecting to have 30 players, all quite active. So there's a lot of effort put into getting up to the top 10, top 5. You can see it jumps quite high. These clubs are going to have the odd member who spends money buying AP, and then at the top you've got the club which, if you want to get in this club, you need to spend money, and so that's essentially another way of the game just being made pay to win. Like 454,000, that's a crazy amount. Like, you can't get that without having like 5 more or more pay to win players. So it's just a really weird design choice. Like, why would you be able to buy action points? Like, why is this a thing? And it's obviously just it's a way of making money. And yeah, I know developers do need to make money, but you can do that without making your game pay to win. Like, you should, like, in my opinion, the ideal sort of pay scheme for free-to-play games is spend money to reach the end game faster. But essentially, you can't reach the end game without spending money right now, or without getting incredibly lucky. Like, 90% of players won't be able to do it after spending 4 months in the game, like I have. And that's just normal luck. Like, in a sale, you're looking at about 20% chance of getting a 4-star, and that's after spending 1,500 gems. Now, there are ways to earn gems for free players. Oh, sorry, I just clicked the wrong thing there. But basically ways of earning gems. So
new Lego Speed Champion sets. Ferrari.
Turn that off. Silly adverts. So there are ways of earning gems for a free-to-play player, and that comes from CVC or Club Wars. So it's essentially your every like 5 or 6 days. Sometimes there's less time in between them, but generally every 5 or 6 days you have a club war, and that essentially puts your team in a bracket with other clubs. The first bracket is random, but after that it will place you in brackets with clubs who are around the amount of points that you've scored. And then the aim is to win that bracket by spending 2 AP every time to fight a member from each club, and sort of you need to work together to sort of do as well as you can. And it's quite well made. Like, if not for the you know, pay to win aspect, and it's one of the ways of getting gems as well. And it's sort of a rich get richer thing in that people who spend money are going to earn more gems from CVC, but not like a huge amount more than normal anyway. So that's not a massive deal. But yeah, this is like one prime way of earning gems. Another one is through the daily rewards. Like, you get a reward every a different one every 8 days, and 2 of them are gems. You can earn 50 gems and you can earn 100 gems from days like 3 and 5 or something. So it's 150 gems every 8 days, and from club you're looking at about probably maybe 100 gems every 5 or 6 days. And yeah, so you can tell that's going to take a lot of grinding, a lot of effort as well to stay in a decent club, because you need to be active and you need to come back every time your activity points regenerate. So that's like every 3 hours or so. You need to come back, spend all your points throughout the entire day to get a decent score compared to other players. So you're looking at a lot of grinding in this game if you want to do well, and a lot of grinding won't necessarily mean you're doing very well in terms of your curios. And yeah, it's just the way they've set this game up. You really need to spend money. Like, it's another paywall. You need to spend money to get 4 stars, and even if you spend money, you're not guaranteed to get a 4 star. It's a massive gamble. Like, there's someone I know who he's essentially bought like loads and loads of packs, like 50 packs probably, and he's only had like 1 4 star out of all of them. And you wouldn't expect that. Like, yeah, I'm a free-to-play player, but I can sympathise with people who are paying money and not getting anything out of it. Like, just bad luck can, yeah, just waste money essentially. And that's just the way Fifth Planet Games have set this game up. And it's not like you won't enjoy the game, but if you are free-to-play, you can still be competitive in PvP with other free-to-play players. You can be competitive in club wars with other free-to-play players. It's just that you can't win those events with just free-to-play players. You can get carried, your club can get carried by people who pay money, but you can't win. You can't make that much of a difference as a free-to-play player. And you know, without shaping the game in a way that free-to-play players can realistically reach the top, I just don't see the game lasting a very long time. Like, there used to be, like a month ago or so, there used to be like a full lobby in the room. Now you can see it's down to 80 players. Sometimes it drops lower, sometimes it's higher as well. But you know, and again, it is beta. They might add ways of making 4 stars easier to obtain, but you know, I kind of doubt that with the reputation that this company has. But, you know, I am still playing like 4 months in. That's mostly because of Club Wars, because you know, it's quite enjoyable to build up a club, get to know each other, you know, work your way up. Generally, it's quite difficult to like keep your club going, because your best players will you know, it will be very tempting to join a higher club. Like, loyal players are the hardest thing to find in this game, and yeah, I'm quite lucky at the moment because I've got a few who are quite loyal and they're quite good scorers as well. And you know, the only difference between a rank like 1000 club and a rank 1 club is obviously the members. And again, it's rich get richer, where the better clubs are going to be recruiting the better members, but the only way of a worse club actually getting up there is by recruiting better members, which makes it very difficult to actually climb the leaderboard. But that's kind of the fun of it. So we've gone over a lot of, you know, the main problems I think this game has, but it is, you know, there's a decent amount of strategy involved in when you're like playing this in PvP or in CVC, and you can make your or you can help your club do better using various strategies as well, which I quite enjoy about this game. For example, most clubs have a spreadsheet set up where they record the members and those members' curios in a spreadsheet and then share it with everyone. So you know, it's you essentially know who to avoid, who you can't beat. Another thing which is starting to show up a little bit is sort of power creep with curios. Like the newly released curios, obviously in order for you to buy them they need to be stronger, and since Fifth Planet Games haven't shown, you know, really great tenacity for being well balanced or for having the ability to balance their game well, they generally just make the new curios stronger, and sometimes they just, I don't know, derp and make a new one quite bad, but I've only seen that once so far. So yeah, my rating for the game is 3 out of 5 or 6 out of 10. I know that generally it's rated a bit higher, but I don't know how many of the people who rate it have actually been playing for as long as I have, or how many of them have actually seen the bad aspects, but you know, it is a lot of fun as well. So let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know what your sort of previous experiences with Curio Quest are, and you know, just leave a comment. I look at my YouTube channel quite often, so you can expect to get a reply fairly soonish. Yeah, so I'm gonna end the sort of review look at thing here. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, comment, favourite, and subscribe for more. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.